Hi, Stephanie. My name is Steven with Virtuous SEO. I'm a digital marketing agency in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I spoke with somebody at your business on Friday morning. They gave me permission to go ahead and send this video to you. I was just browsing the internet uh, for plumbing companies and I came across yours. And I just wanted to share 3 tips that could actually help you in your online presence and your online rankings. Um, and I just kind of wanted to show you the importance of that as well. Um, First off, the site, this is, as far as plumbing goes, this is the best looking site that I've seen, going through through Fayetteville mostly because Fayetteville is where all the search is, and I want to get into that. But I just wanted to commend, you know, the company you're working with or whoever put this together. It's a beautiful site. But as far as online visibility, um, I'm pulling up Plumbers Fayetteville NC because by far this has the most search volume, and I'll get into that as well. But when you search these terms like Plumbers Fayetteville NC, first thing that comes up are ads. And I don't know if you've worked with ads before, they can be hit or miss. They have a relatively low click through rate, it's usually 3% or below. Um, and people who have on their ad blocker, it's not even going to show up anyway. So under 3%, 3% or under that are searching for this term are going to be clicking on one of these ads. But underneath here, this is your local map pack. And I see that you're in Rayford and Aberdeen. But you could get in here as well. This garners, this is for Fayetteville, but there are ways to get in there. And combined, these 3 companies are taking about 45% of searches from people searching for these terms up here. Underneath that, this is the Google's organic search results. In the number one spot, this is a very competitive area, and to show you how competitive this is, TO's about an hour ago, TO's plumbing was number one. Mike's is number one now. But the number one spot is going to garner about 40% of clicks for people searching for this term. So it's just, online presence is a big thing, and Google is kind of the king these days, right? So I got a tool here. It's called Ahrefs. It's a really powerful SEO tool. It's one of the best in the market. Um, and I put in your site, and this gives me, I want to focus on this section right here. Your site in the past 30 days was found for 140 keywords, and it was clicked on 33 times. Um, the number one site is in Fayetteville right now. Is this Mike's Plumbing? And so to compare you to Mike's Plumbing, in the last 30 days, they were found for 163 keywords, their website was, and they were clicked on 325 times. So, and like I said, I know you're in Aberdeen and Rayford, but I looked at your locations and you do serve Fayetteville amongst other areas, but Fayetteville by far has the most search volume. Um, with this tool, I can put in and look at the average search volume, right, of what people are searching. So, like plumbers, Rayford NC is got right around 10 searches in the past 30 days. Aberdeen and Pinehurst and Southern Pines are lower than that. They're lower than 10. But if we go into Mike's Plumbing's keywords here, Plumber Fayetteville NC had 200, right around 250. This is kind of like a rounded number, 250. Plumbers Fayetteville NC had 250. So just with those two alone, that's 500 search volume. So I would just recommend, if you wanted to get on that search on those, those clicks in that search volume to, I know you have a areas we serve, but actually have a Fayetteville page that you could rank for those Fayetteville searches, and you would get a lot more volume. But the 3 things I really want to go over are content citations and backlinks. Content is anything on your website, specifically your homepage. And like I said, your homepage is beautiful and it's got a lot of it's got more content than all the other plumbing sites that I've seen. And that's really important. Google looks favorably upon sites that have between 1,000 and 1,500 words on there. And a good reason for that is it gives you plenty of room to put in these keyword phrases, these keywords that people are searching for your services. And without you don't want to put too many of them in there. They call that keyword stuffing, and it looks unnatural to Google and people reading your site. So the more content you have on there, the more it looks natural. Also, your pictures, and not necessarily what they look like or what the actual picture is, but what it's saved as. You can save it as keywords as well. And so what I always recommend is you go in, you find out what the keywords that are being searched the most, and you go to that number one site, and you see how many times they have that keyword that they're being found. So for example, if Mike's Plumbing is being found for uh, plumbing Fayetteville, NC, five, if they have it on 5 times their website, you would put it on, like, for example, your locations page, you would put it on in some fashion 8 times. You want to beat them out there, because that's actually Google's going to see that, and that's going to help you in the rankings. Next thing I'd like to go over are citations, and that's where your map pack comes into play. Citations are one of, if not the main driver in getting you on a map pack. Of course, location is as well, but there's things that we can work around that, especially if you had a separate Fayetteville locations page. And this is where your Google business profile comes into play. Um, a citation is your name, address, phone number of your business on an online directory such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, White Pages, Facebook, Better Business Bureau, Indeed. You get the idea. And on average, the site, these companies and these sites that are in, or the Google business profiles that are in these top three, have at least 150 citations or more. And I have a tool that will go in and show me what citations what company has. And I always recommend getting those same citations, but more, just like those keywords. If they have 150 citations, you want 250 citations. So Google will look at that, and they will rank you accordingly on that as well. But underneath there, this is where backlinks. This is your organic Google search results. And the number one spot here will usually garner about 40% of clicks for people searching for this. And like I said, backlinks are the main driver. And a backlink is another site. It's basically another website on the internet that has your URL. So when somebody clicks on it, it leads back to your site, and it has it on their site in some fashion, whether it be through a blog post or a press release or something, And Google uses it as, in essence, it's like a popularity contest. The more popular, relevant, the more authority that site that's linking back to you has, the more favorably Google looks upon you, and they'll say, well, this is a very we hold this site, this website, in high regard, and it's linking back to this site, so we're going to rank them as well. So the more backlinks you have from these highly authoritative sites in Google's eyes, the more they're going to rank you high in these Google results. But the opposite is also true. There's spammy sites that are of low relevance, and they're ranked low, and they don't get very many views. If you have too many backlinks from them, they'll actually push you down in the rankings. So those are the three things I wanted to share with you. Like I said, a beautiful site. I know you're doing well in those areas that you're at, the Rayford and the Aberdeen, but I really think you would benefit with a locations page, and start throwing backlinks at that, getting good high quality backlinks, and ranking there, because that's where all the traffic is going. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you today. If you find value in what I shared, you can reach out to me. We can chat. I know you're working with the company right now. It looks like it's a Scorpion. Um, But if you like, just to chat with me, you can give me a call, 910-551-2006, or just shoot me back on this email. Or if you just want to work with your current company and use these tips that I gave you and work with them on that and rank in Fayetteville, that's fine as well. But thank you for your time. Take care. Bye bye.